It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. The show is called The Legends, and I want to thank everybody that actually subscribes to my show and watch it all over the world, especially the UK. I really thank you guys for the love that you give me. In the House of the Legends, I just happened to be talking to a friend on the phone one day, and she actually shot a show down here with her band, and she spoke about a guy named Ejyp. And she said that he had a new track out and stuff, and the track was sent to me, just simply blew me away. So I said I had to get him on my show. So in the House of the Legends, I give you Ejyp Johnson. What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm good. Glad to be here.
You know, let's talk a little about you, man, because you have a gift. And we're going to talk about that gift later on, man, you know, because I've never, ever had anybody sound like Melvin in the Temptations. But that's just a gift, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you, brother. You know, let's talk about the beginning for you. Where you from and things of that nature, man?
Born in Manhattan,
Okay,
raised in the Bronx, back in Manhattan,
okay,
Northeast Bronx. Gun Hill Road, I don't know.
okay. And when did you really get into the art of singing, man?
Well, I always liked to sing. With a voice as deep as mine, it was not really easy to sing with people.
Right.
I remember auditioning for singers when I was in grammar school, didn't make it. When I got to high school, I started singing in the choir. And then I was doing musicals. And then left high school, found karaoke.
Okay.
And then the rest kind of tumbled.
Okay.
With
And
the-
what was the crowd response to you, especially with the karaoke thing?
Oh, well, I sang the same song that I sang that made me win the Apollo Theater.
Okay.
I sing Barry White,
Okay.
and I sing Practice What You Preach.
Right.
And I can kind of sing it in my sleep almost.
I hear you.
But the crowd loves it. And
Right.
It got me sparked. You know, my father, he goes, "Boy, why don't you go sing that song at the Apollo?" I'm like, "Okay, Dad." So glad I listened to him. Changed my life.
Okay. Let's talk about changing life. Now, I know that you've been through some experiences in life. If you want to share to the viewers, you can, because I've seen that even though that you went through some damper things in your life, God still gave you a turnaround. So you want to tell the viewers about that?
Oh yeah, well I'm a cancer survivor.
Okay. And I got to clap to that. You
Yeah,
know, I definitely.
and
have
I
to
got to clap
that.
to my parents,
Right.
Because I'm lucky to have them for starters, but they took care of their baby. You know, they saved my life. I was
Right.
in the house, you know, they came and got me. They took care of me, paid my rent while I was in the hospital.
Okay.
I'm a grown up. My mother would never pay my rent unless I was ill, and bop. So yeah, that, you know, but I'm past it now. I'm still got a little physical challenges from being in a hospital bed, but your boy is gangster. 2 days out of the hospital, I was on stage.
Okay.
The music was grounding me. It was keeping me happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to shout out to Donna because Donna, you're just marvelous. You know.
Yeah, she's a songbird.
Okay.
We were running around town. I met her in the studio one day, and she was like, we were both hired to sing background. She was like, "What do you do?"
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, I sing Barry White." She was like, "Come to the studio."
Okay.
And we started performing, you know,
Right.
around town, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, you know I'm doing a track for Donna right now
Yeah.
and stuff.
Can't
She
wait
told
to
you
hear
about it, right?
Yeah, she told me.
Yeah,
She's a songbird.
I'm gonna produce her on this track, man, and when I get finished with it, it's gonna be the bomb.
I already know.
And
And it's
stuff.
going to be easy because she's,
Yeah, she's so easy to work.
Oh, my
I know.
goodness.
I could tell she's easy to work
oh
with
yeah, talented.
and stuff. So back to you, man.
Yeah. What else?
How do you feel about the industry right now, and what is it actually? How does it engage with you, bro?
The music industry or the industry in general?
In general.
How much time do we have? You know, I'm in different industries. So I started out in musical, remember, in high school. So I'm an actor. So it's hard to even talk about myself because it makes my head spin on people. So acting industry is good, but then we had the COVID. I've had a couple of roles. I should plug one of the 2 movies on Netflix. One of them was called See You Yesterday. It's a production that Spike Lee produced. I'm very proud of that. And then another one is called Like Father, which is also on Netflix. Please go watch it. Watch it, please. And that was a thrill because I was with Kelsey Grammer, Seth Rogen, Kristen Bell, and I'm sitting there like, these people are the real deal. Like, I forget I'm an actor, you know, when I'm looking at these stars, but, you know, we were all there. So, yeah, go check out those movies. And then the industry, so it's kind of like up and down, especially as a black man. I mean, my character type.
Right.
I'm not mad at my character type. I love the skin that I'm in. I love what God made. I'm American, but a lot of roles I play are Jamaican. I don't mind. It's fun. Give me the money. What I did? What I did? You know, I grew up in the Bronx. I have a barbershop up there. My barber is like real Jamaican from the yard, you know?
Yeah.
And so, okay, now switching to the modeling thing. That's been pretty hard for me.
Okay.
But successful.
Would you say, in the sense of all genres of those categories are competitive?
All competitive. And
how does that apply to you? I mean,
well,
your esteem as well.
It's competitive to me, but then again, I'm specific. I'm not what they sought after. Even with the deep voice, most people want high voices or whatever.
Right.
So as a model, of course, they hire dark-skinned people, but there's a lot of more foreign-looking dark-skinned people. I don't really fit that category. I'm kind of American, but I'm proud of myself because I still keep pushing. And 2 Septembers ago, I was on Fashion Week with no agent. If anybody wants to give me an agent, I'm ready for it. With no agent, just networking. I walked that runway, and the pictures made it the Vogue magazine runway. That's like the biggest magazine in the world. So I'm very proud of myself. So, you know, there's highs and lows. And then with the music, you know, I don't sign into the drama. All these jobs that I'm doing, the whole thing, I'm just passionate about it. So I don't really pay attention to the industry because, like I said, doors close, another one opens.
Right.
You know, I have an acting agent, you know, so they, you know, get me out there. Voiceovers, everyone says I should do voiceovers, but I haven't done any voiceovers in America.
Why not?
The auditions, you know, I think more celebrities are hired.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's filling their voids as far as their pockets right now.
You know, I did have the pleasure, I was in South Africa on a modeling contract, and when I was there, they were like, can you do voiceovers? And I was literally doing like voiceovers in, auditions in cabs.
Right.
Like, it's called a Ricky's. Mad loud, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Got the job. So I've done voiceovers overseas.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what, man? It just dawned on me, because we talked about it at the beginning of the show. If you had to do an autobiography of Nick Ashford, man, I think you'd be a good prime kind of
I'll take it.
You know, because you have that look, man.
You know, people tell me I got the voice of Barry White and a look at Nick Ashford.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and I'll take it. Those are 2 great people.
We go down to the Sugar Club and talk to Valerie, man.
You know what? I've got the pleasure. I was a bartender.
Right.
And I got the pleasure to serve her a drink, and I really wanted to give it to her for free. She's like, no. And I got the pleasure of, if I want to boost up her resume, but she was playing the piano one day when I was singing. So like if I was to boost up her resume, I'm like, oh, Valerie Simpson played the piano for me. But she was playing for everybody that night. But yeah, so I got the chance to see her twice.
You know, I've been to the club a few times, man. She has some phenomenal
talent
artists
comes
through there.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, I'd just be blown away.
Yeah.
What's next for you, man? I mean, what do you feel that's going to be part of your repertoire as far as, you know, the entertainment industry? What would you like to do? I mean, what's in your heart, man?
Do it all.
What's in your heart? What's in your heart,
you know
man?
what? I wanted to get to Vegas. I wanted to do a residency. I sing Barry White. That's like my bread and butter, my 9 to 5, which I absolutely love.
And have some women have a backup singer with Love Unlimited?
Of course. Yeah, I would love to do that. And, you know, it's funny when I think about it, I feel like God has bigger plans for me.
Right.
So so I'm like, Vegas is big, but I feel like there'll be more after that. And then on the other side, my music, like the CD, the single that I produced,
Right.
I'm hoping it just goes global. I mean, the sky's the limit.
I think it will, man. In the house genre.
Yeah.
And stuff. I'm gonna play it in my set because I think the song is like phenomenal.
Thank you.
And stuff. I heard it on the computer, but when I put it through the system, I was like, whoa.
I heard it in here today, and I was just like, yeah.
Well, it's a whole
baby.
different. It's a whole different concept when you
Yeah.
play it through a system.
I'm always
you get
hitting
to
on my
listen to all the elements of what it is, and the way that you put down the vocals is a whole different
Yeah.
concept of the way that house music is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like we had John Robinson here earlier. He did like a spoken word type of thing,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you have a combination of both when you do it. The track is like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
It's pretty cool.
It's
So, who produced the track for you, and how did you get into it?
Bolo Zeno.
And tell the people what the name of the track.
The track is called Juno, and it's from Rolo Zeno.
Okay.
This is a magical story. They contacted me on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, we like your voice. Demo us a track. What's the computer program, Apple? I said, okay. Sent it to them. Can you go to Brooklyn and record it? I said, okay. They said, we want to shoot a music video. I said, okay. We're going to fly you to Mexico. I said, okay. And then all of a sudden they put the song out and it's charting.
Yeah, it is.
It's number
is.
300 somewhere, 200 somewhere else, and 39 somewhere else. And again, I don't know anything about
And
this.
it's on all platforms, right? Because I've seen it on TrackSource,
Yeah, that's where.
Bandcamp, and then things like that.
See, I need to learn. I don't know. I'm like a baby to this.
But I didn't have to buy it though. I love that.
It's okay.
You know
It's
what I'm
okay.
saying?
You can send it to other people to buy.
Yeah.
So the industry, like, I don't know. I'm just like living my life and taking the blessings that they come.
Right,
You know,
right.
keep training myself. You know, just not taking no, finding my yeses, and taking my blessings.
And that's what's up.
Yeah.
If you had an artist right now that you want to share the stage with, who would it be, man? Besides Barry White.
Well, you know.
And that's a lot of them, but just pick one and talk about it.
You know what? This lady right here is on my Instagram feed, and her voice is phenomenal. Cynthia Erivo.
Okay.
Her voice is phenomenal. And like I said, Instagram keeps feeding me her videos. And like with her high voice and my voice, I think that's a talented woman. I would be that. And males, I don't know. You know what? When I leave here, I'm going to think of all the people. But Cynthia, I mean, just her talent
Right.
alone. And she does her work. She puts in the work.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever thought about producing, writing your own music as well?
I do write my own music. I have 2 songs out on one of them is called Look in My Eyes, and the other one's called Happily Ever. I just don't promote them. Like,
Why not?
Because
Why you wasting it, man?
Not that I'm wasting it. It's
Yes,
just
you
a
are.
lot of different, when you wear so many hats,
Yeah.
it's hard to focus on it. And that, they say many hats, but I can't help but do all the things that I do. If I had some help, somebody could help me.
I ain't gonna help you, man.
I'm putting it, I ain't asking you, I'm putting it out there in the world. Somebody can see, but it's just a lot of different things,
Right.
So right now, I've been, still healing. I cut all my jobs down. I used to be I still cut hair a little bit. I have one
Right.
client. I used to be a barber. I used to do fit modeling. Like, I was hustling mad jobs. So now after the cancer crap, I call it cancer crap, sorry. It's a new life set up.
Okay.
So it's been pushing the Barry White because, like I said, I need to get to Vegas.
Right.
My agent calls me with auditions, so I have to push that. But I'm starting to push the single. So I'm learning, with ChatGPT and all the things to figure this out because when I saw the charts, I'm like, I had to call my boy who's in the business, like, what does this mean?
Right.
He was like, dude, you're charting, you're doing well. I'm like,
Yeah,
what is this track?
you are.
Like, I know nothing, so I'm learning. I'm like a baby to this.
How does it make you feel, man, just to be the highlight of something that's actually climbing in the
It
charts?
feels really good, and I'm really humbly, gratefully excited about the future. I feel really good about it. The way you react to it, everyone reacts to the song, and they really like it. And I'm very, like I said, I'm just like, it's like you're watching the water boil, like you put the pot kettle on, you know it's gonna
Right,
boil,
right.
and it's just like I'm waiting for the water to boil.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm excited about life. God didn't keep me here for nothing.
And that's a lot to think about, man. You know, when a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
You know, especially what you've been through, man. And you got to give God the glory.
God, I mean, He gave me this voice. You made a joke with my backpack, and you said,
yeah.
you said, "There's $1 million in there."
Yeah,
I said, "No, there's $1 million right here, baby."
And that was quite funny because they walked in by and the bag was right there in the middle. I said, "There's $1 million in there," and he looked and stuff. You know, life has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know, so we're gonna talk about fear, loneliness, anger, pain, and pleasure. What's your strength and what's your weaknesses in those categories?
My head just spun. What?
Fear, loneliness,
Fear,
anger,
loneliness.
pain, and pleasure. Out of those 5 categories, I call them the handful of life. What do you feel is what is your strength and what is your weaknesses in those categories?
Well,
Are you fearful? Are you loneliness? Are you angry?
I'm learning. See, okay, yeah, you had to break it down for me. That's a lot. I'm a Gemini. My head be spinning. Fearful, fearful, not so much. I
Okay.
used to be.
Right.
But now I'm with the Lord.
Right.
It sounds
Okay.
funny for me to say that, but I'm Catholic, raised Catholic, and then you hear, lay your problems at the Lord's hands and the Lord's feet. I heard it for years.
Right.
Now it makes sense. So things that are happening to me,
Mm-hmm.
I just trust. I know I sound like a religious fanatic, but I just trust in Jesus. And so the fear that I had is a lot less. I have different challenges at home and, administrative stuff, and I have a silent knowing that God got my back.
Right.
Okay, next topic. What's the other one?
Being lonely.
Lonely I'm working with and I'm okay with because I like myself.
Right.
I'm a lucky
Like
guy.
yourself?
I like myself. I don't have to worry about
Come to the
people
love.
liking me.
Come to the love.
Because there's some people who don't like themselves, some people who can't be with themselves.
Okay.
I like being by myself.
Okay.
So I'm good with that, with loneliness. Sometimes I get a little lonely because I'm starting to cut people out of my life.
Right.
So there's moments of loneliness, but it's the mental peace is nothing like it.
How about the anger?
Anger, I don't get too angry. I mean, when I get angry, but, it's kind of like, I don't really get angry. I have gotten angry, but I don't, I try to be like love, peace, and hair grease kind of guy. I try to diffuse. I do find myself popping off real quick. What? But in general, to be honest, I've only had one fight in my life.
Really?
When I tell people that I grew up in the Bronx, I only had one fight. And it wasn't even a fight. I got jumped in Harlem. I was at the store. I quit smoking cigarettes, but at this time I was going to get a Lucy.
Right.
And they say cigarettes going to kill you. It almost did. 7 people jumped on me.
Wow.
And I just had hernia surgery, and I ran fast past all of them.
Oh, wow.
So, but anger, no. I'm sorry.
And the next one is pain.
Like mental pain?
Well, whatever pain. Pain is pain, man.
Shoot, I'm in pain almost every day since I got out the hospital.
All right, so we're
A day.
and your pleasures of life.
Just singing and palm trees and the beach. I'm serious. I'm real simple. People hate Miami. Sorry you hate it. I love it because of the beach and the palm trees.
Okay.
If my perfect day, not that you asked, but it just clicks in with that, the pleasure, give me the beach, and then get me the stage at night.
Okay. That's a good picture to draw, man.
Yeah.
I ask this to all my guests because it's kind of really important, man. People that really wants to get into the industry, because you wear a lot of hats and you've been there in a sense. What can you tell them, man? I mean, what can you tell them? I mean, they go through the ups and downs and things of that nature, but what can you actually tell them to encourage them to stay up?
Well, believe in yourself. But when people ask me, how do I be a model or how do I be an actor? The first thing I tell them is, if they don't know you exist, they cannot hire you.
Okay.
That's my first advice.
Right.
And that's a good start, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah, that's my first advice. And just, stay true to yourself and practice. I learned, I used to phone it in with my scripts and everything and auditions. And, oh, you can hold the paper, but I learned later on that it's probably better just to know the whole script, even though you didn't get the job. So
Right.
I think it's about being prepared. So be prepared, know your craft, and let people know you're alive.
Okay.
That's my advice.
And at that point, how do you feel about rejection? How do you deal with that in a sense? And I mean, you know the script, and you put it down, and you actually show them exactly what you're doing, and you get rejected. How that makes you feel, man?
You know what? I think maybe it's my smooth, calm personality. I don't know. I just get over it. When I got out the hospital, I got an audition, and I was like determined. I was like, oh, I read all the script. I said, I can do this, even though I was like not physically well. And I learned the script. The second script I didn't learn so much.
Okay.
Hardy har har. The second script is the one they wanted me to read.
Right.
So I was like, bad me. And when it was over, I just got over it. I said, God gave that to me to make me excited about life, to make me get back in there. And so I was very excited about the money, about all the things that a movie could do.
Right.
I was excited about. But when I didn't get it, it's like a moment of silence, and then I just move on. It's kind of a cold,
Okay.
it's kind of,
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure having you here, man.
Yeah.
Sharing your strength, hope, and experience with the viewers,
Yeah.
man. Come again.
Absolutely.
And also, he's going to do a live performance on the show with his new track. You
Oh,
guys go
yeah.
out there, support it. DJs, pick it up. I'm picking it up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if I'm picking it up, I know you guys are going to pick it up. And this has been another T-Lo video production. And stay tuned for another one of my episodes.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
Yeah. That's music. Let it take over you. Do-do-do. I can hide my love for you. I can take my love from you. I can fake my love for you. I can hide my love for you. I can take my love for you. I can fake my love for you. I'm so deep in love with you, baby. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. I can hide my love for you. I can fake my love from you. I can take my love from you. I'm so deep in love with you, baby. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Whenever I hear that beat, the music takes over me. I'm so addicted to this feeling, addicted to this. Whenever I hear that beat, the music takes over me. I'm so addicted to this feeling, addicted to this. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. Juno, Juno, Juno. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know, you know, you know. Music takes over you. I can hide, I can hide, I can hide. I can hide my love for you. I can take my love from you. I can fake my love for you. I'm so deep in love with you, baby. Yeah, yeah. Whenever I hear that beat, the music takes over me. I'm so addicted to this feeling. Addicted to this feeling. Whenever I hear that beat, the music takes over me. I'm so addicted to this feeling. Addicted to this feeling. What's up? You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know, you know, you know. Let it take over you. That's music. You know. I can hide, I can hide, I can hide, I can hide, I can hide. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah. You know. Oh, 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 oh. I can hide, I can hide, I can hide, I can hide. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know, you know, you know. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know how music makes me feel. You know, you know, you know. It's that music. Let it take over you. Yeah, baby. You know?
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.